Hey guys, what's up and welcome to today's video. We are going to be playing with a brand new eyeshadow palette from Alter Ego. This is their most recent release. This is their Sahara palette. This is supposed to be a dupe for the Natasha Denona Biba palette. This is a 12 pan eyeshadow palette. This retails for $16 on the Alter Ego website. I will have a link down below if you do decide you want to purchase this one or any of the other palettes from Alter Ego. I do have a 10% off code with them. No, it is not an affiliate code. I don't make any money. This video is not sponsored in any way, shape, or form. They just sent me this palette and I am a huge fan of their palettes so far. So you guys know I love to share cheaper alternatives, more affordable makeup with you. So this is just right up my alley. So we're gonna go ahead and create a look with this palette, just kind of see how it performs compared to the other Alter Ego palettes I have reviewed on my channel. I think I have done two so far. We did the Daydream Palette and we also did the Goddess Palette, and I will link those two videos below or somewhere up here on the screen in case you want to check those out as well. What I'm gonna do, obviously, as per usual, let's just jump right into it. I'm gonna zoom you guys in and we will create a look together with this palette. I honestly have no idea what look I'm going to create. I have simply swatched this palette and that's it. I have not played with it on my eyes at all. So let's just start off with a base shade. I'm going to take this brush here from Daydream Tools. This is the 785 tapered blending brush, and we're just going to go into the shade right here, Sands. Not too much kick up at all, and then I'm just going to go ahead and buff this all over the lid. This brush is like the softest brush that I own. It feels so good on my lids. Again, this is the 785 tapered blending brush from Daydream Tools. This is part of their Blue Triangle collection. I forget how good these brushes are, you guys. I used to use them all of the time, but I just have so many that I just will randomly pick from my brush collection when I'm sitting down to do my eyes. Their brushes are just so soft and some of the best synthetic brushes that I personally have ever used. All right, now I think I'm gonna go ahead and dip into this shade right here, Plains. I'm going to take my Lamora blending brush, another affordable brush that I got off of Amazon that I absolutely love. I'm just gonna go ahead and just start to gently work that into the crease just to warm things up. Wow, that blended out way too nicely, way too evenly. Very soft, buttery, smooth feeling shadow. Now I'm going to take this brush right here. This is a number 8 brush from BH Cosmetics. And I'm going to deepen things up just a little bit more, but stick closer into the crease. I'm going to dip into this shade right here, Camel. I'm going to keep that kind of on the outer edge and closer into the crease with a very gentle hand and blend that in just to deepen that up just a bit more. Go ahead and deepen up that outer corner here. I'm debating if I want to go in with this shade right here, Fox, or if I want to use the shade Canyon right here. Let's start off with Canyon. Let's do that. I'm going to go ahead and take this brush right here from BH Cosmetics. This is their number 7 brush. This is my favorite outer corner brush, especially if you have hooded eyes. So we're gonna go ahead and dip into this shade right here. I'm just gonna start patting that right on the outer corner only. The nice thing about these palettes, you guys, is that they always come with a mirror, which is awesome. Sometimes I underestimate the value of a mirror in an eyeshadow palette, and I learned that traveling. I'm shocked at how well these shadows are blending. They're working effortlessly so far with the few shades that I've used. This is the nicest Alter Ego palette I have tried yet. Okay, I'm gonna test this black out right here. I'm now gonna go into the shade Mesa. I'm gonna use the same brush and I'm gonna use that just a little bit to just kind of give that brown just a little bit more deepness. Now blacks can be tricky because they can get patchy real quick. So let's just take a little bit of that on top of that brown, and it's actually doing exactly what I need it to. It's just deepening it up just that extra bit, give it just a little bit more dimension. I like to try to use as many shadows as possible from a palette. Let's see, how many have we tried? 5 shades, and so far, first impressions, 5 of the 12 I am pretty impressed with. So again, sticking with that same brush, I am now going to go ahead and go into this Fox shade right here. I'm going to use that right towards the center of the lid where that darker shade ends, just to kind of blend this into that and give it a more seamless blend. Perfect. All right, so here's where I like to take a break from the top of my lids and let's focus on the lower lash line. I'm gonna take this brush from Sigma. This is their shader crease brush. It is the E47. I'm gonna dip back into this shade Camel right here. And I'm just gonna smudge this all along the lower lash line. Right now, just keeping on the lower lash line still, I'm going to stick to this outer part. I'm going to dip it back into the shade Canyon. I'm going to keep that right out here. All right, now let's focus back on the lid here. What shade do I want to use? Oh, I kind of want to really go deep and use this bronze shade right here. And I think that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to use my finger for this. I'm just going to go ahead and press that onto the lid. Slightly bring that into my crease. I like to do that because I have hooded eyes, and if I bring it slightly into my crease, it just kind of makes my eyes look a little bit more open. Just gonna let it fade right into those deeper shadows. Be careful not to pick up too much of this on your finger because it is very pigmented. Feels slightly loosely packed in the pan, but it's not crumbly, but it's easy to pick up too much. Let's get something on that inner corner. Take my E47 brush again right here. I'm gonna dip into this shade right here, Mirage. Let's start off with it dry. So this one, I think we gotta get it a little bit wet. Take some Fix Plus. Let's go ahead and try it that way. There we go. Now we've got some color there. Sticking with that same brush, now we're going to dip into the shade right here, Jewel. I'm going to use that just to highlight on the brow bone. This Jewel shade looks like it'd be a really pretty highlighter shade too. Especially if you have more fair skin, this would look beautiful as a highlight. Okay guys, so I'm going to pop on mascara, you know the drill, and I will be right back with my final thoughts. All right, you guys, so here is the completed look. I actually popped some black liner in my waterline, which I never do. I have almond-shaped eyes, so I try not to close them off too much, but I was really feeling kind of like this dark, kind of bronzy, sultry look, and I thought it was quite fitting. And you guys, I have to say that this palette is by far my favorite Alter Ego palette that has been released yet. These shadows blended so easily, so effortlessly. The metallics have a massive pop. Everything blended well, carried a lot of pigment, built up easily. I just absolutely loved this palette. Now, obviously we dipped into a lot of the shades, so I think I have a pretty good first impression. This Mesa shade is more of like a muted black, but it is perfect if you want to just deepen up that outer corner just a little bit, maybe make things a little bit more smoky on the waterline or the lash line here, I should say. Don't put this in your waterline. You guys know what I mean, but it's just like the perfect kind of hit of black. Everything in here so far that I have tried is just beautiful. It's the most blendable. This performs like a ColourPop or even more like a high-end palette. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. It's just a really solid palette. As you can see, I absolutely love this look that I created. This palette is perfect for every single day, but it is so versatile. That's what I look for in an eyeshadow palette. I want something that I can create easy looks every day for work. There's a few metallics in there where if I'm in a hurry, I just want to go like that and just get one sweep of color over the lid, or maybe just highlight on the brow bone, the inner corner a little bit. You could do so much with this palette. If you have a warmer brown color to your brows, you could even use this to fill in your brows. You can use this to line the eyes with. There is so much. This could be like an all-in-one palette. You could get so much use out of this. Some of these shades could even be used as highlighter on the face. So I love that about this. So for me, this color story, the way that it is laid out, the performance of the shadow, this is by far one of the best palettes that Alter Ego, it is the best palette in my opinion, for me personally, that they have released to date. Performance-wise, color story, it's the best dupe yet. So if you have been looking for something like this, something that's a little bit less expensive, something that you can travel with, or if you're someone who likes mostly matte shades, this is right up your alley. I mean, 16 bucks. You can't really beat that. It is cruelty-free. It's paraben-free, mineral oil-free. It is a solid palette for the price. Leave me a comment down below and let me know what you thought about this look that you see right here. Have you tried any of the Alter Ego palettes before? Leave me a comment, let me know some of your favorites. And yeah, give this video a huge thumbs up if you liked it, and be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. I love you guys so much, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Bye guys!